welcome back to Drinking with Craig and Roger. I'm Craig.
I'm Roger.
And today, going back to kind of my early beer roots as far as Georgia breweries.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a couple Terrapin beers. Terrapin is the first brewery that opened in Athens, Georgia, where I live. And it was founded from a home brewing duo, Spike Bukowski and John Cochran, in 2002 when they actually began contract brewing and made their premiere at the Classic City Brew Fest in Athens. They went to the Great American Beer Festival in Denver, Colorado, and they won first place with their original beer, the Rye Pale Ale.
Yes.
They actually opened up in Athens in 2007, and shortly after that they created Hopsecutioner, one of their most popular beers.
Yep.
It was a great time. They actually had a little, about a 3 foot, 4 foot tall statue of a turtle.
Oh yeah.
Executing, a piece of hops. Around 2016, IPAs had become so popular that they discontinued making the Rye Pale Ale, their original beer.
I kind of had forgotten about it.
Yeah, and then they during the pandemic, they had a survey asking customers what former brew would they like to bring back as a seasonal, and the overwhelming choice was the Rye Pale Ale.
Can we pour this thing?
Absolutely.
So I haven't had one of these in quite a while. I mean, I guess how long had it been out of production?
Oh, about 3 years, 4 years.
Well, it's been a lot longer than that since I had my last one. So, but this was an institution, at least in Atlanta, for a number of years.
Yeah.
And ooh, it smells good. Let's see. Yeah, high kind of rye grain really comes through. That's what I mean.
Yeah, the rye grain is there. The hops is not very intense. A little aftertaste.
No, not at all. Oh boy, that's good.
It's very clean and it's very, very malty.
I mean, yeah, it definitely has a more, like you said, a more traditional taste, but very much different than many other beers. It really has a nice. It is really full-bodied. It's a big flavor. It packs a punch, but yet is still light enough, that on a summer day like today, it is delicious and refreshing. That's a tightrope act there to be refreshing and packed full of good flavor. So I mean, I know that's typical with pale ales. This one I feel is less hoppy than some other pale ales. What do you think?
Maybe. There's not that much of a line that you can draw between a pale ale and an IPA. The main difference is going to be the hoppy character.
Oh yeah.
But I've had some pretty hoppy things that call themselves pale ales.
Oh yeah.
And I've had some things that call themselves IPAs that are not that hoppy.
Especially when you get into that New England territory, where it's the milkshake IPAs and the tropical stuff. But anyway, and it looks like they just use Amarillo hops in this, so it's a single hop, which is getting to be unusual. But very nice. Definitely recommend picking some of this up if you see it. So hopefully they'll keep it around now for a while.
I sure hope so.
Delicious.
In the meantime,
holds up absolutely. It's better than I remember. Actually,
it's very, very nice. And so then the other one is the Hopsecutioner, developed a little bit later. It has 6 types of hops in it.
That's right.
Chinook, Simcoe, Amarillo, Cascade, Centennial, and Warrior. So it's real heavy.
It's got a lot of hops. Yeah. It's a hoppy brew for sure. I know this is one of your favorites. You have ordered many a Hopsecutioner in your day.
Yeah, well, what I generally do when I visit their tap room, especially when they couldn't really sell you anything, so they sold you a glass, and then they gave you free beer. But I would start out with a pour of Hopsecutioner, and have some other things, and then finish with it. So I made it the alpha and the omega.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. I actually do taste a relation between these two right now. I was thinking that they wouldn't taste that similarly, but yeah, I feel like they're definitely related, you know. But this is significantly.
Oh yeah. Well, we've tasted a number of beers, 2 or 3 from the same brewery, and they tend to use the same basic formula and then change little things about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which this is not necessarily the case, but they do taste related. But this is significantly bigger punch.
I think so.
It does manage to still stay somewhat refreshing, but it's a significant beer. Very popular.
Very popular.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it is much. It's kind of a unique hoppy profile to me. It's not fruity at all. It's not necessarily. It has some pininess to it, like you get sort of the West Coast piney ones. It has a little bit of that.
No, there's no citrusy feel
No,
to it,
nothing
like
citrus,
tropical, or
nothing
anything,
tropical,
fruity.
No milkshake element, of course, which is popular now. It tastes more like an old school IPA. I think what I'm getting at is this is closer to the true original IPA style. I think
It stands the taste of time better in your mouth.
the taste of time. I like that. It stands the taste of time.
Yeah, you just keep drinking it again and again and again, and it's still okay. And if you taste
You're
one
right.
of those really
You're right.
citrusy type things after one, you don't want any more. You know,
That's true.
those hazy IPAs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
One's
that's
okay,
true.
and then that's enough.
That's true.
They have expanded dramatically. They are no longer a craft brewery because they make so much. They're available about 3/4 of the United States. But they do have a small experimental brewery in the Battery.
At Truist Park.
Yeah,
where the
and that's where they experiment with new brews, because
Yeah.
you can't experiment with something that's going to have 5,000 barrels.
Yeah, and Spike is still running Terrapin, right?
He's still there. He's not actually working there like he was when we first started.
Right.
But he visits a lot. He makes frequent trips for goodwill purposes, and he
Is it brand ambassador now? Is what you're
brand
saying?
ambassador, and he comes up with stuff in the brew lab.
And he's
so.
still involved, because I interviewed him back in 2005, I believe, for my documentary, my final project in film school, High Gravity in Georgia, and he was a good sport.
We'll go to where the serving tanks are, and basically those are big holding tanks. I call them big kegs. These hold 15 barrels, so approximately 450 gallons or so.
That's a month's supply of beer. It seemed like the brewer's life was the way to go.
I asked if you had a job for me here, but this is ridiculous.
Shut up and keep scrubbing.
I don't want to.
He asked for a copy of that video that you made, so I got one and I left it for him, and he eventually picked it up.
Oh, good. Well, it's on YouTube also. You can watch it if you want.
Yeah.
You have been known over the years to be what has to be one of the biggest Terrapin fanboys around. It's the closest, probably the closest brewery to your house, and you love it, of course. But over the years, you have made bread from their spent grain,
Yes, I have.
which you've given to them, and it was quite good.
Yeah.
You have made earrings out of their bottle caps,
Yes, I have.
given to them.
Oh, I made some pins that you could use out of the bottle caps.
Did you make that shirt?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you got the
shirt.
patch and put it on.
No, I've actually bought the patch and put it on a denim shirt too.
Well, delicious. Really, really good stuff. It fits right along with the kind of getting back to my beer basics that I've been kind of nostalgic about lately. So, really good stuff. I'll definitely be picking up more of this. This isn't going anywhere, of course. I'm
No,
gonna have
this
some more
is
of
their
these.
most popular.
For sure. Definitely. All right. Well, thanks for bringing it. Appreciate it. And Make sure to like and subscribe if you dig our content. You never know what we're going to do next. We usually never know what
We're not sure what we're going to say next either.
That's definitely true.
Anyway, here's to you. Happy drinks, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers. I found myself that I put it in the right mode. I could easily have it in there's no way to know. I could easily have it in slow motion. So I'll just introduce it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What'd you do? In 2002.
Let me stop it. You put on those headphones and you
Okay.
might want to get a mirror. Yeah, some of the black stuff from the headphones is all over you. They look like liver spots.